Set 31120, Medieval Castle, is a LEGO Creator 3-in-1 set. It comes with 1,426 pieces, 4 minifigures. It is for the ages of 9 and up and was released August 1st, 2021. It retails in Canada for $139.99 Canadian, in the US for $99.99 US, in the UK for £89.99, and the rest of Europe for $99.99 up to €109.99 euros, depending on the region you are in. The front of the box has a giant picture of the main build of the castle, with flying dragon and little chickens and a little rat with cheese. That's interesting details there. The left is the information about the set, and the bottom left shows that it's a building toy. The right side shows the 3-in-1 with the sort of medieval fairgrounds windmill and the tower with trebuchet. All interesting there. The back has a lot here. So on the bottom we have the main build. These are all in 3 different sections, so it shows the back of a main build, which is looks actually somewhat sparse just looking at it, but I guess we'll find out when we eventually get to it in either this video or previous video somewhere, depending on what video you're watching, of course. Above that, starting on the right, is a picture of a guy in the blacksmith. To the left of that is a picture of a water wheel. To the left of that is a picture of what can I only assume is a throne room or sitting area, probably throne room if it's castle. And to the left of that is a picture of the main set as somewhat shown on the front, just from a different angle. Above that, you have the 3-in-1, and it shows a picture of, or at least the same, slightly different picture of the sort of medieval fairgrounds type aesthetic you get with one of the other builds. You can have a little tree with target, windmill. It looks like a little booth and bit of castle. And to the left of that, on the entire left side, is the tower, which shows mainly a tower part of a set. There is also a trebuchet. It would actually be really interesting to buy 3 of these sets, build all of them, and combine them, because it would most certainly allow for that, and actually it would be really cool to see that. Yeah, so one side has where the components were made and distributed, along with the 3-in-1, a picture of the main build again. It also, on the bottom left, has a warning that due to small parts, if children 0 to 3 or even somewhat older consume them, there is a possible choking hazard, so watch out for that. The other side shows the medieval castle in 2 other languages, along with a 3-in-1 and the exact same picture that's on the front and the first side. The top shows the picture of the 3 different builds, along with the actual size indicator as being one of the guards minifigures. And the bottom of the box... And the bottom of the box shows the LEGO Life app advertisement, along with the usual recycling, UPC, and trademark information. For minifigures, you have 2 guards, what looks like a woman and a man, along with a guy who was in the blacksmith. So you just have a random generic medieval minifigure type person. And the other minifigure, I guess, because I can't see anything else in the pictures anywhere, I guess the other minifigure is the skeleton, which, it's a little weird. The website says it's a 4th minifigure, but yeah, okay. I don't really count the skeletons as minifigures, but alright, I guess it is a minifigure of some sort. This box is a taped box. And I don't expect there to be any bag numbers, but you never know. In the box, you have 9 bags labeled 1 to 7, with bags 1 and 4 having an extra bag in them. You have a 8x16 brick yellow plate here, and you have the instructions. Now, the instructions are in a bag, which is nice, but it's very interesting because usually in 3-in-1 sets, you get a 3 instructions, 1 for each build that you can do. This one only comes with 2. That's what's weird about it. Now, which does which? Okay. That one does the castle, so this one must do the other 2. Yeah, okay, so after looking through that, yeah, so this one deals with the main build, and this one deals with the other 2 builds. So we'll start with the smaller and work our way up to the bigger. On the front page, you have, yes, an instruction on the front page, but you have the main tower and the sort of medieval fair type section with windmill. You also have how to use the bags, and then it shows 1 to 7 will build the tower here. Also shows you how to do the minifigures and everything. And then on page 120 is the medieval fair windmill section here. On the back of this instruction booklet, there are 3 pages apart, along with an advertisement for several 3-in-1 sets. On the wow, and then the next 2 pages have advertisements for all of the other 3-in-1 sets. The right side actually has the advertisement for the 3 main sets that were released just this August. The this Castle, the Ferris wheel, and the 3-in-1 space shuttle. That's the one you should get. I'm just putting it out there. That one's probably a lot cooler than the 3-in-1. And that's it for that instruction booklet. The big guy instruction booklet has what each of the bags will do. So bags 1 does the main section where the moat is. Bags 2 does the second level of that. Bag 3 finishes it off with the towers and the roof. Bag 4 does 1 section of a wall with a mini character. Bag 5 finishes that, so that's the water wheel section. Bag 6 does the other L section for via castle, and bag 7 does the tower of that plus the dragon. You have an advertisement next to that for the Lego building Lego building instructions app, and then that's that for that. And on the back of it, you have nothing. So that's that for that. For exclusive pieces to the set, because this is a 3-in-1 and I always record these slightly different. Exclusive pieces, you have a 4x4 quarter circle plate, a 4x6 plate, and a 4x12 plate in dark azure color, and those have never been in that color before, so those colors pieces are exclusive to the set unless you order specifically from Lego. You have a outside corner roof piece 3x3 with a 25-degree slope on the I guess on a 90-degree section here. That is a earth blue type color, but that's never been before. And you have a roof tile 2x2x3 73-degree slope down in a olive green color that it's never been before. So those are the exclusive parts to the set. And for the box, I'm gonna give a box a 4. There was nothing special about it, but there was nothing absolutely wrong with it. I like that Lego combined 2 of the instructions into 1 for this. I sort of would have wished that they would have just included 1 giant booklet. Yeah, it would have been, that thick, but all the instructions would have been in 1 booklet, and I sort of would have liked that a little better, but I mean, the fact that this is actually pretty neat, because then it's less instructions to have to organize. Even though I feel like they could have gone further with that. But yeah, packaging is a 4 because there's nothing special, but really nothing wrong with it. No bent instructions, which was fantastic, but there's no special boxes on the inside with arts and all of that stuff. So that's what that rating is. And now I guess I'm going to have to build one of these. Okay, so in this video we will be building the main castle, the main build. It's going to be fun. Not so much fun that I have all the pieces out because of doing other builds, but yeah, it'll be fun. So let's begin. Okay, so here's the set. You get a orange brick separator. You get a fair amount of extra pieces here. These extra pieces, when you build this, will be, in fact, extra pieces. They will not be pieces that will be needed for any of the other builds. So you can put them into your just random mix of Lego or parts storage or wherever you'd put them. Minifigures. You have 3 minifigures for this. You have a peasant, is really the only name I can think of. He has black leggings. He has a printed torso, sort of blue-white striped wife beater with a belt with a little pack on the back, yellow arms and hands. He has a normal yellow face with a smile, red beard, and sort of a dirt on it. And he has orange, slightly curled hair. You have a guard here who has a dark, very dark silver gray adult legs with a slight blue print with a bit of chainmail on it. There is a print for a uniform on the torso with a picture of the crest of the main castle on it and a bit of chainmail. Dark silver arms and black hands. He's carrying a bow. His head is a yellow with a bit of with a lot of gray facial hair, and he sort of has a serious face, and he has a silver coned helmet. The other person has the exact same torso and legs. They are carrying a silver spear, a shield with a crest on it. It is a woman face, a nice sort of comely face with a silver helmet. You get a dragon here, nice little dragon. Really, one of the only use for the green parts in the set, in any of the sets, is the dragon here. Wings fully articulate, the legs fully articulate out, and the paws will go pivot along here, and the tail has full articulation on one section, and then the others just pivot with a little blade at the end. And the head opens, and mouth opens, and he's breathing fire, and it's got horns, and the neck has a full articulation here too. Really cool. Move these guys over here. Right over here is a little bit of a well, and with a frog on it, and really nothing more there. And then you have the big castle, and the big castle is extremely cool. So the way that they build this is that now that I'm done destroying this thing, the way that they built it is that they all connect using little rods and gripper pieces here, and then they just view that, and then they just connect into place, and these swivel out here. What this allows you to do is that if you were to buy if you were to buy 2 more of these sets and you were to build the alternate builds, you could. So now that I'm once again done destroying things, this building is not well built. Just want to throw that out there. Okay. Yeah, so what you can do with those grippers is that you can basically take these pieces off, and if you get 2 of the other sets and build the alternates, you can combine them all. Instead of it just being, here's, one little castle section here, you can make a giant castle with a giant tower for part of it, and a windmill and little fairgrounds. Like, you can build quite a bit, and if I had the money, I would be getting 2 more of these so I could make a giant castle, but I don't have the money. So we'll go section by section. We'll make our way with the main gate here. So the main gate is really the outside is most of it is oh my god, I just noticed that. Okay, so the outside is the main draw thing here. So we have a drawbridge here, which uses a chain to lift it up, and then it has a okay, so yeah, here's the main section. Neat little thing here is the drawbridge. You turn it using the little wheel on the side here, and then it goes up, and then there's a little using a gear thing here. This will actually stop it from coming back down. One of the main things to note is that these torches are really poorly placed, because if you have them the way that they want them, it interferes with the drawbridge, and it actually will not lower. So these torches are very bad placement. You need to turn them inwards, which is just, I don't know, it's just not good design there. You have the two main towers here, a little bit of foliage. You got banners on the outside, the main crest of the castle here, little windows. You have a nice little tree with a couple mushrooms on this side. And then the towers, it comes with a bird up here, some torches, some flags. The inside is extremely sparse. There is almost completely no detail on this section. This part right here, however, is actually hilarious. It's a privy, so a toilet. There's a little bit of toilet paper down there, and then a actual toilet inside. So that was actually pretty funny there. That is that section. Next section would be, let's go with this one here. The design is actually pretty interesting. So there is a jail cell with a skeleton in here. This part of the door can actually come out, so you can stage your own little jailbreak, possibly with the peasant guy. Outside is somewhat nicely decorated. You have some arrow holes here where you fire arrows out, and the arrow slits. This tower is actually really nicely. It's got a pretty nice design here, and you have a little market thing inside where we're selling like bread and apples and a couple cherries, and the little awning. It's pretty neat there. And then you have the water wheel, which actually has a very interesting function to it. Yeah. So we'll start over here. You have a little, on the outside you have a water wheel, bit of foliage here, little sort of a furnace part here with a roof. There's a little weather vane with a bird on top of it. A little bit of target practice for the guardsman with a bow. And then you have two chickens and a rooster over here. On the inside, it is a blacksmith quarter on the inside, as denoted by the armor and the sword here. And when you turn the water wheel, the hammer will actually hit the sword. So it actually triggers a hammer thing to hit the sword every full turn. And the hammer will come up and just bam right on the sword, which is cool. A little bit of stairs going up. There's a chest in here with 2 gold ingots, a pink or magenta, and a green crystal, diamond type crystal in there. You have a headpiece, a armor headpiece here, along with a chest plate on a stand. So there is that. If I can get it back in, there we go. And then the anvil, once again with the sword, that can has some pretty interesting features there. The opening, this part here has a door opening. You have windows that open on the sides here. And it looks like a throne, or at least a sitting area with a little fireplace with a candle inside. So yeah, these two parts have far more of the interior decorated than the main build, which is just than the front, which is just a tiny bit disappointing. But all in all, this is actually a very, very fun little build here. So for build, I'm going to give this a 5. This is extremely fun. There are some creative, at least some building techniques that I haven't seen before, and this is, it was really fun. The way I did it, with all of the bags dumped, it was, it took about 3 hours to do if you just dump, actually no, not 3. Yeah, actually, yeah, so about 3 hours to build this thing, me having just dumped all the bags because of the way that I review this stuff. This is actually the thing that I built last. I've already reviewed the next 2 videos, because I do parts 1. So what I do is that I do the reviews backwards. I'll do the third build, then the second build, then the main build, so that I can have the main build as a display. I don't have to take everything apart, which means that I dump all the bags. So 3 hours of bags dumped, but going by bags, it should take considerably less time. But yeah, the build was fun. God! Ah! Okay, so after rebuilding this for a third time, once again, this part is built, this upper part, this back wall is built with an extremely poor design. If even the slightest amount of pressure will cause it to cave in. The slightest amount of pressure, I grasp it a little bit, and that entire thing just goes in, so that's not good design there. But I'm still sticking with a 5. It was some interesting build. There are interesting building techniques, and it was definitely a fun little thing to build. For the play, I'm going to give play a 5. There is a lot of play in this. From the 3 minifigures to the little well here to the dragon, you can have him swooping down and burning the castle, or have the minifigures fighting him, or even fighting each other. There's just a lot of play here. From the market to the jail, to the privy, the drawbridge, blacksmith, like everything. There's a lot of play here. So play gets a 5. But display gets a 5 because this is a pretty nice little castle display here. First one that's not a Harry Potter set, which is and while I do love the Harry Potter Legos, it's nice to get a castle that's not Harry Potter Lego, because it seems to give it seems that there's a lot more creativity in building a castle that's not Harry Potter, when the Harry Potter castles sort of seem to follow a general theme. The best one looks good, and then the other ones look great, but they're not really creatively built. This one is extremely creatively built, and the display is going to be great. I mean, you can display it in all sorts of ways. You could have it out like this, even like together, and if you once again buy 3 more sets and you put them together to make one giant castle, then it's going to look incredible. And the value, I'm going to give the value a 5. Piece to price, no matter where you are, whether it's in Canada all the way to the UK, piece to price is anywhere from good to fantastic. Even in Canada with $40, you're still just exceed. You're still just doing slightly better than the 10 cent per piece. Not by much, but you are. So that's great. You are getting 2 castle minifigures, which we haven't seen, which hasn't happened for quite a bit here, and you are getting a couple unique parts as listed in the first half of the video, along with a couple interesting building techniques, and overall the first castle set that is not Harry Potter, which I cannot emphasize enough, because that really should be, that is definitely something of value. The set is mainly for children, but I know that there's going to be a lot of adults who are getting it, because once again, first castle set that's not Harry Potter in a while. For the 9+, I do think that it makes a pretty good challenge of a set. I would say that anyone who loves the castle sets or even the 3-in-1 sets should definitely get this one. And this definitely works well in a Lego city if you want it. You can have a medieval fair section. This is definitely going to go towards actually having Lego sort of supporting a medieval fair section for people who want those in Lego cities. And with that, I will see you all next time.